Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk everything neb rigs, the colors I like to use across the water spectrums, the styles of hooks that I have that I use, and when I use them, where I use them, and a way to make your own neb rigs to get more out of your baits that aren't particularly neb rigs. Okay, so first I want to start off with the TRD yoga pants, Z-Man product. Sorry guys about the noise. I got a guy over here cutting his grass. The yoga pants. We talked about this in muddy water being an excellent lure, and it truly is an excellent lure. Its silhouette's real good in muddy water. You can also use this in stained water and clear water. Guys, this is a deadly little lure right here. I suggest if you haven't tried the yoga pants, you get yourself some yoga pants. Hey guys, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Hit that like button. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so if you're new to fishing and you're new to the Z-Man stuff, you'll have little dots on one side and there's lines on this side. So if you were to rig it up with the mushroom head, you go on the line side and you rig it, bring it through. And the key here is, guys, is to get it as straight as possible, okay? Straight as possible. You're going to let that hit the bottom. Wait a few seconds, this is going to stand up and this little tail is just going to flap around in the water. And you're going to pull it up and let it hit the bottom. That's the way I like to do it. The time you're going to leave it there depends on the fish activity. It could be, usually I leave it 10, 15 seconds, sometimes up to 30 seconds. You don't have to shake your rod or anything. This thing does all the wiggling you need. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to let it hit the bottom. Wait your 15 seconds, drag it a little bit with your rod tip. You know, just pull your rod tip a little bit and then reel up your slack and just let it sit there. But most of the time I usually just pop it like a jig. Occasionally I'll throw in a drag, but that works really well. Okay guys, next on the list, Meat Dog. This color has been deadly in the river for me. It's a purple hue. It's a green pumpkin. Works real well in clear water, slightly stained. Excellent color for largemouth. Smallmouth love it. Crappie love it. I'm going to have some pictures of the fish that I caught this year with those in the video. Stay tuned to see that kind of stuff. I'm trying to make a shorter video, so we're going to move on quickly to the TRD Ticklerz Canadian Crawl. Another excellent color. Works well, pretty good in muddy water, real stained water, and anything above that, stained to clear water. It's the same thing as the TRD. Okay guys, you would rig it the same way, but this has appendages. It floats, and those little appendages will wiggle, okay? Excellent color. Again, that's the Canadian Crawl. Same thing. I'm going to let it sink, hit the bottom, let it stand up, wait a little bit while the appendages are working, pop it a little bit, not real hard, just a little pop, let it sink, let those appendages do the work for me. Occasionally drag it, depending on what you're in. I mean, if you're in big chunk rock, dragging it, you might drag it right into some cracks. So, you know, but if you're on a mud bottom or pea gravel bottom or something like that, shell bed, you could drag it. Okay. This one is an absolute killer in clear water, and that's the Smelt Tickler color Smelt. I destroy smallmouth, largemouth, pike, crappies on the Smelt. It will work in muddier water conditions, you know, not, I would say, at least you want probably 8 inches of visibility. This will work. Same deal, guys. Pop it off the bottom, let it hit the bottom, let it set. Pop it off the bottom, let it hit the bottom, let it set. Sometimes throw in a little bit of drag, across the bottom, let it set. Works very well. Okay, then the last one for the TRDs is the Purple Death color. Tickler. Excellent color, guys. It's a staple in my box. Again, I've caught a lot of giant fish with this. Basically, the Ned's a very do-nothing kind of lure. There's not really a specific way to work it. And if I forgot, you have the Canadian crawl also. This is a deadly, deadly lure in darker water and clear water. But when you're doing the Ned rigs, you have your football style head. This one would be more of dragging across little chunk rock and stuff like that. Wouldn't work real well on wood or weeds, but heavier and chunk rock, that football style head will be harder to get down into the cracks. So like rock piles and stuff, this is where I'd use this. You have your wired weed guard. This would be good for around wood, not so much weeds. The weeds get caught on that wire a lot of times. You have your Berkeley half shell. I like their keeper on there, but it's got a rounded head, so this would be more of a dragging. Like if you could use your Z-Man products on it, but I think for your Berkeley Neds or your Yum Dingers that you cut into Neds, this would work well. And then, guys, the last two that I have for you is the EWG style. This would be good for around wood and weeds. It's got this like little lip here to try to keep the eye, protect your eye a little bit from you snagging up. And you can expose this. It's got a heavier wire, so you guys down south, you would want a heavier wire for your Neds. Because you guys know you got double digits, 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s, even higher. You don't want that light wire straightening out when you're pulling in a monster. So you want a heavier wire if you live down south. Us guys in Pennsylvania, we don't have a lot of 10-pounders swimming around here. So the mushroom heads from Z-Man usually work. They're a lighter wire. And then you got the Strike King, which is also a little bit heavier than the Z-Man mushroom head. Flathead, it's got a flathead, so it'll stand it straight up like that. Okay, guys? Basically, the technique is simple. I like to pop it off the bottom, let it hit the bottom, set there for 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe, pop it off the bottom again, let it hit the bottom. Occasionally, maybe even after I let it hit the bottom, I wait 15 seconds. If I didn't get a hit, I'll start to drag it real slow, take my rod tip and drag it like that, and then let it stop. Wait for 15, 20 more seconds. If nothing happens, I'll pop it off the bottom again. If you guys like to use Yum Dingers and you like Gary Yamamoto stick baits, guys, if you want to get a little bit more out of your bait, I know this is a generic tip, but it is a tip. When it's ripped up and you can't use it because it's got ripped from wacky rigging or whatever, cut it in half to about 3 inches, 2 3/4 inches. It's now a Ned. You get 2 Neds out of it. So it's a way to save a little bit money and get a little bit more action out of your lures. Yes, they won't float like a Z-Man product, a Last-Tech, but, you just have to work them, and they'll work just as well. Another cool thing about it is you can dye them with your dip and glow. And what I like to do is take those Yum Dingers or those Cincos and I'll dip the tail in a little bit of chartreuse dip and glow. And while it's down there and it's before it starts to tip over, it looks like a little bluegill down there feeding on the bottom. And those bass will just tear them up. You're talking a little fry bluegill. Guys, like I said before, if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. If you like it, hit that thumbs up button. And please subscribe. It just lets me know that I'm doing a good job for you guys and enjoying the content. and I'll continue to try to bring out some new stuff for you and new ideas and things like that. And I appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys.